All right, let's talk about tests. But not just any tests. We're going to uncover the hidden rules, the secret ingredients that make a test actually good instead of, a total waste of time.
I mean, you've been there, right? You're staring at some test, and the only thing you can think is, why? When in my actual life will this ever matter? It's that feeling, that complete disconnect. It's super frustrating.
So what does make a test good anyway? I bet if I asked you, a few things would probably come to mind. The standard stuff. Yeah, you've got the classic three. Practicality. Can we actually afford to give this test? Is it realistic? Reliability. If you take it twice, do you get kind of the same score? And validity. Maybe the most important of the three. Does it actually measure the thing it claims to measure? And look, these are all important. For sure, but they are so not the whole story. Think of those as just the baseline. The real magic, the two rules that have the most powerful impact on how we actually learn, well, they're the ones nobody ever seems to talk about. And that's exactly what we're going to pull back the curtain on today. All right, let's jump into the first hidden rule, and it's a game changer. It's called authenticity. And this goes way beyond just making sure the test is on the right subject.
Authenticity is really just asking one simple question. Does this test look anything like real life? Is the thing I'm being asked to do on this piece of paper a real-world task?
And here's the big idea. It's all about measuring what a student can do, not just what they know about. It's the difference between knowing the theory and actually being able to apply it. Okay, the best way to get this is the driving test. Imagine if, to get your license, all you had to do was pass a 100-question quiz on engine parts, right? You could totally ace that and still be a menace on the road. That's low authenticity. The high authenticity test is what we actually do. You get behind the wheel with an instructor in actual traffic. See the difference? One tests what you know about a car, the other tests if you can drive the thing. So let's pull that into a classroom. Think about a language class. A fill-in-the-blank grammar question. I blanked to the store yesterday. That's super low authenticity. Nobody talks or writes like that. But what if the test was, write a short email to your friend telling them about your weekend? Now that is authentic. It's a real task you'd actually do. Okay, so that's authenticity, making the test look like the real world. But our second hidden rule, this one is maybe even more powerful. It's all about how the test reaches back in time and changes everything you do to prepare for it. It's a concept called washback. So, what is washback? It's the effect the test has on all the teaching and learning that happens before it. Think about it. The final exam. Its design literally washes back over the entire semester, telling the teacher what to focus on and telling you what's important to study. Probably the easiest way to wrap your head around this is to think about a video game. You're playing some huge game, putting in hours and hours, and the test is the final boss. So let's say the final boss is this massive dragon, and you find out its only weakness is this one specific thing, the ice sword. So what happens? For the next 20 hours of gameplay, what do? You forget about all the other cool armor, you ignore all the side quests, you spend every minute just searching for that ice sword. The final test, the dragon, completely dictated how you played the entire game. That is washback. And here's the thing. Just like in the game, where focusing only on the ice sword meant you missed out on other cool stuff, washback is never neutral. It can be a really good thing, pushing you to learn useful practical skills. Or it can be a really bad thing, where all you do is teach to the test and real learning gets thrown out the window. Let's go back to that language class. If the final exam is 100% multiple choice grammar, what do you think the teacher and students are going to do all semester? Yep, grammar drills, over and over. Actually talking? Nope, no time for that. That's negative washback. But what if the test is an oral interview and a written essay? The whole dynamic of the class changes. Now everyone is practicing speaking, they're practicing writing, they're learning to actually use the language. That's positive washback. So the stakes here are, well, they're huge. A test isn't just a test. Its design can either create this rich, amazing learning environment, or it can create a narrow, joyless slog, where the only thing that matters is the final score. And all of this really gets to the true purpose of a test. It's not just about getting a grade. It's not about ranking people. It goes so much deeper than that. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. A good test doesn't just measure learning after it's happened. A good test creates learning. Through this power of washback, it guides the entire process. It sets the destination for what's actually worth knowing and doing.
So I'll leave you with this question. The next time you're studying for a big test, stop and think about it. What is this test really teaching you to do? Is it authentic? And what kind of washback is it having on you? Because understanding that, well, that might just change everything.